Pixar. Many love the movies and no one really hates them. Obviously, I grew up in the late 2000s and early 2010s, so like all of us, I really loved the movies. They were all great, but one that really stood out to me as the creme de la crop was The Incredibles. Then there was also the sequel that came out way too late, and honestly, much like this game. 100% games. Before we go back into your regularly scheduled program, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's a huge milestone for me, and it's some number I thought I'd never see on a YouTube channel. The script for this video and a lot of this video was edited before I hit 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully it doesn't clash too much with the idea of me doing Lego Indiana Jones 2, but I will be doing Lego Indiana Jones 2 for you guys since you guys helped me get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I will be doing that tomorrow, Saturday, November 29th. I will be starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you're seeing this and it's Sunday, still check it out because I might still be stuck here doing this stream. If you do end up missing the live stream, check out my live streams playlist. I'll link it down in the description. It should have all my past live streams. Once again, thank you, and I hope you enjoy this video. Lego Incredibles is a Lego game that sticks out to me for being a very unique concept because it's the only Disney Lego game. Well, that isn't a company that happens to have been bought out by the greedy company. If you've been watching this channel for a while, which shout out to you guys, you would know that I consider this to fall into the dark age of Lego games. This is just a time where I wasn't too concerned with Lego games, honestly. Since playing most of them at this point, I have recognized that maybe the problem wasn't the games, and that maybe I was just growing up. Or that the marketing just wasn't as great as Prime Fortnite. Regardless, this Lego game was produced, and I wanted to give it a fair shake on this channel. If you haven't heard, I've been planning that at 1,000 subs, I would 100% Lego Indiana Jones 2 in just one stream. So to prepare for this, I thought it would be good to attempt to practice streaming long term by getting this 100%. Looking at the game's platinum list, it appears to not be very long. So given my ego, I would also think I could do this in under a time that would be normally not achievable. So let's jump straight into 100%ing Lego Incredibles in under 12 hours. Okay, I start the stream off by showing my glorious commitment to you guys by becoming the Incredible Noah. I also got to wear a muscle suit, so that was fun. Then I loaded up the game. This game is really weird because it starts with the sequel film to the original. I actually really enjoyed the sequel though, so I will let it slide. We behold the Underminer and get on his giant drill to stop him. His goons twerk at us and we throw and fly and kick them. Frozone found his super suit and joins us. We create destruction on this bad boy, and then after a series of rather unfortunate events, Mr. Incredible gets stuck under the drill, so we must help him out. We then went inside and do this by collecting enough Incredible bricks to get the first family build of this game. It involves just spamming a button and switching between the members of the team. These are a really cool concept. We are then inside and continue our destructive methods. We see Violet and Dash can combine her force fields and his speed to do various puzzles like this one. The drill is thwarted and everyone is safe and sound. This level is over and it only took about 21 minutes. Now we're being booed for saving the city and are randomly picked up by some bougie rich siblings who want to bring back superheroes because now they are illegal if you are unaware of the Incredible lore somehow. They gift us a new house and we're set free in the open world. Now, I know this is the Noah Lego, and I usually do things in the correct sequence that they're supposed to happen in, but this isn't a typical 100% as I am trying to do this as fast as possible. When I was doing one of the Harry Potter games, someone joined my chat and was telling me how he goes through Lego Incredibles really quick by starting the open world segments after doing the first level instead of continuing the story. This someone was Mikey. He's a really cool dude with a good amount of speedrunning experience, so I trust his word and I will be doing that. If you would like to see some of his speedruns, definitely go check him and his channel out. Friend shout out aside, we begin at Edna's house where I created a very special character. Myself. I gave me the ability of light because it basically made me Superman. Then I go and do our first crime wave. These are basically just open world levels that lead you to saving a district. The first one was the new urban waterfront. We were fighting ice cream goons and whatnot, and that one was over, short and sweet. Get it? The next crime wave took place in the city park district. This one featured a bunch of French mute people with white face on. There were a lot of bombs and whatnot, and we take care of them, and once they are dealt with, we unlock the Incredible build, where we will build a hut from Brave and unlock the Princess Merida. We also unlock the red brick for ×2 studs. This just makes sure that every coin we get is 2 times as expensive. We didn't even have to buy it or anything. The next district was the financial district. We fought some goons and did a lot of the same tasks. We built the house from up, unlocked Russell, and got the red brick for destroy on contract. Okay, I genuinely was having a bunch of fun with these, and I think Lego could do their own game in the style of like Lego City Undercover, where they have their own superheroes and do a similar thing, and it would be so much fun. It's also a lot of the same things though, so I'll just give a brief montage for the rest of them.
Going through the cities and I'm beating evil dudes. I'm on a time crunch, so I'm doing quick maneuvers. I'm feeling so fresh while I'm zooming through the city. I'm stopping crime waves like a drought in Turkey.
Okay, after being a decent way through the crime waves at an hour and a half in, sitting on a 16 times multiplier to spice things up, I hop back into the story. The two rich siblings decided it would be for the best interest to have Elastigirl go on some missions alone. We then meet the most D-list superheroes of all time and head to the new city to stop some crime. All of a sudden, a big bullet train begins going the wrong way, so Helen must catch up to it. I think it would be fair to call this section a chase level. It's actually really epic, and with our 16 times multiplier, we fill the stud meter almost immediately. We make it onto the train with some random hero named Hendrik, who I don't even really remember being in the movie, but there is a requirement for a player 2, so I understand. The two are in the train carts, and then suddenly people get hypnotized, so we need to fight them. The TV screens are like the source, so the goal is to turn all of those off as well. On this channel, we love moving train levels, so this one was pretty solid. We make it to the front of the bullet train and see a special message left for us, and the level is over. After saving the city or whatever, everyone is pleased with us, and it actually lands Elastigirl a TV interview. While this is happening, we see baby Jack Jack being an absolute menace until he discovers the robber-like features of a raccoon, and he isn't a fan of robbers, so he decides it's boss battle time. This part features 2 Jack Jacks, for purposes of player 2, and a whole lot of fighting. It is a shorter section, but I felt the way that we were able to incorporate this scene from the movie into the game was pretty cool. The neglectful dad decides to do his job and triumphantly cheers for the arrival of the powers of his son. We then cut back to the interview and we see a helicopter with a really important lady has been hijacked by a hypnotized person, so we should probably go and do something about that. With Hendrik still at our side, we scale the side of the helicopter and make it inside, and we get a very similar level to the last one, if I'm being honest. If this level wasn't directly after the last level, I would probably have a higher regard for it, but it isn't, so we'll skip through a lot of it. The ambassador is saved and the level concludes. Elastigirl has a big breakthrough with the case and waits for the screensaver to hit again so she can track down the villain's base. We take Vomit Guy with us and get inside. We get this weird hallway where we have to walk through very slowly and continue to rummage through the base. This level is kind of strange, I'll admit, but the screen goblin pops out and we have a bit of a boss fight. This is actually a pretty solid fight. Our partner keeps getting hypnotized, then we can do damage. The masked figure starts to get away while pulling all the fire alarms, so we chase them. And Lowbro goes down easy, and that's the end of the game. Roll the credits. Just kidding. Bob is tasked with the understanding of all of Jack Jack's abilities, and the level ends. Though they caught the villain, Elastigirl feels like something is off, so she goes back to review the footage. But it turns out the girl-rich sibling was the screenslaver the whole time. She then kidnaps Helen. Evelyn, the evil rich person, calls Mr. Incredible and tells him to go save Elastigirl, but like he doesn't quite know she's evil yet. Bob leaves his kids alone, and weirdly a ton of goggled superheroes show up to the house. Frozone also shows up, but he's supposed to be there, and this brings the beginning of the section of this level where we can actually play. We have a fight inside of the mansion against all of the different hypnotized heroes. This includes defeating all your favorites like Shot Guy, Vomit Guy, and Owl Guy. Then the next section takes us outside where we have to defeat them all again. The Incredicar shows up, and the 3 incredible children hop in and get out of dodge, leaving Frozone to become Evil Zone, and the level ending. We then cut to a yacht where there's a meeting to try to convince people to let supers be legal again. This obviously will backfire because all the superheroes are evil right now, but no fret, Dash, Violet, and where is Jack Jack? This next section actually features us on the boat trying to catch up to the baby with way too many powers. We do a ton of different puzzles, all of which were in the purpose of not getting detected by the superheroes. We catch up to Jack Jack, and with this multitude of powers, we save like a bunch of boat staff. Now Evelyn's plan is in full swing as she makes Mr. Awesome steer the yacht straight at the city. Jack Jack manages to take off Elastigirl's goggles, and now we must stop Bob and Lucius. Yes, that is their names if you haven't gathered. And Mr. Incredible has one of those charge and get out of the way boss fights until he goes full coward and goes up on the ice thing. We then make Frozone freeze his own homie. This chick appears and Frozone has been enlightened, so he rejoins the good guys, and we make Mr. Incredible run into Portal Girl. With all the heroes back on the good side, we manage to turn the yacht and catch Evie, aka the real screenslaver, and everyone lives happily ever after. This time it might be true because now it's time for the first movie. We're at about 3 hours and 11 minutes in, and before we actually go into the first movie, I thought it would be a good time to do a few more crime waves because they are a really nice break. They also give us loads of good things we can use, but more importantly, they're a lot of fun. No need for a montage. We do the rural outer district, the docks, the heights district, and the residential district. And we also get red bricks, most notably fast interact and pickups detector, which was very overwhelming at first. Okay, now we continue the story at about 4 hours and 3 minutes, which actually has us moving way back in the past to the first Incredibles movie. Mr. Incredible is doing his super duties when he runs into some street level burglar and his current fiance. They flirt a bit too much and the thief begins to get away, so we must track him down. This section's pretty good. There's a pool and we get to cross various rooftops and attempt to get to him. We chase him into the bank and realize the supervillain Bon Voyage is boxes inside. Suddenly some twerp pops out and pretends to be our sidekick, but he's low-key in the way and Bomb Dude begins to get away because of him. We chase him into the vault and we get one of the coolest levels in this game. It's actually so unique and awesome, and there's a ton of different sections and I really enjoyed every minute of it. We take him down kinda, but it leads to a bunch of random things in City Havoc, but at least the two romantic supers get married. We fast forward in the future and see Mr. Incredible is simply just Bob now and lives a midlife, which like good for him for being able to hold it down for real. He's not happy though, so where most middle-aged men cheat on their spouses or buy a sports car, he just goes out with Lucius aka Frozone to go relive the glory days illegally. We get to the bank and the whole place is like being set aflame, but Frozone can't use his powers because of the lack of humidity. This leads to a lot of puzzles which are solved by being able to get the zone some water because he's just thirsty. This level is quite the level, just pure Lego firefighting, blah blah blah. We save the place and the level is done so. We get out just in time and Mr. Incredible is home safe and sound. He gets a mysterious call so he answers it, and due to stuff he's on some strange island joined by Frozone for purposes of player 2. This level has a bunch of robots and totally won't lead to us fighting a giant one at the end. I spoke too soon. We're fighting not one but two giant robots at the end. This is a really cool fight and each of the heroes are fighting like their own mech until they unite and are able to destroy the last one. But one is born like a phoenix from the ashes. It is taken down quite easily and we see some twerp and his hot receptionist, who I totally hope aren't doing anything sus at a Coldplay concert. This ends that level. Bob keeps attending this suspicious island, probably like all of those people on the Epstein. Anyways, he eventually finds out that the person running it is the same kid that interrupted his hero duties all those years ago, and now he's evil. After jumping off of a cliff, he ends up in a cave and re-meets up with a hero that suffered the same fate, Gazer Beam. This is definitely just for the purposes of player 2, but we don't care though because it's time to begin breaking into their base. We get this sorting section, this weird laser gate section, and then this super big double-sided room that took a decent amount of platforming to climb. We got this John done, learn about Syndrome's evil plan to set one of those giant robots free, and then quickly are captured by balls. Mr. Incredible's suit sends a distress call, and it makes Elastigirl head to the terrible island, and the kids tag along. Wait. Oh no! The plane is shot out of the sky and we get a falling section. They are then saved by Elastigirl turning herself into a parachute. We get stuck at sea and create a super build, and it's a ramp for Stretch Mommy to turn into a speedboat. Once we arrive on the island, we do a bit of breaching the security walls and finding a nice cave to camp out at. Mom heads to go save Dad, leaving the kids once again. Remember when I said most men cheat in their midlife crises? Anyways, Helen and Bob are free now, but the kids are being targeted, and this time we have a true through the jungle, through the water, and more jungle, we eventually reunite the family, but Syndrome finds us and captures all of us. By means of Violet, we are able to escape and have to go after Syndrome, who is currently unleashing his giant mech throughout the city. We build a rocket and begin the final mission. Frozone has a nice and iconic interaction with his wife, and the mech is destroying the whole city until Syndrome saves the city. But he suddenly loses control of the situation because he's a dweeb, and it's up to us, the Incredibles, to save the city. We begin on the streets trying to go through and get to the mech. We go into a crater, enter a construction site, and finally get to the boss battle. We need to gather Incredibricks or whatever to be able to do the family build, and it turns out to be a launcher to send one of the robot's arms through itself. This works and the city is safe. Syndrome gets off-screened by an infant, and everyone lives happily ever after. Except we know that's not true because the first part of the story actually goes right after the second. Never mind. Now with the story over, there is a bonus level where we destroy the city, which was a pretty normal thing for LEGO games at this time. I actually don't mind these, and they get you a good amount of studs. With that whole shebang over and at about 6 hours and 22 minutes, it's time to officially begin cleaning. This will include the remaining crime waves, going through all the levels, and gathering all the collectibles in the open world. With less than 6 hours to do this, I was kind of fearful considering just completing the story the first time took 6 hours. But with time moving faster in montages, we should have zero problems with this.
I'm clearing all these crime waves. I'm feeling incredible. And I know you feel it.
You feel it, baby.
Though I'm feeling untouchable. I've been doing this for so long, all dang day, all dang day,
all dang day.
And I'm just started cleaning levels, grab all the mini kits, yes sir. Now we're back in the open world collecting crap I never church, but never theme, no raps. It's the best you ever heard. Lego Incredible, Lego Incredible, Lego Incredible, Lego Incredible. Happening all the packs, all the packs. Getting now 100%, getting now 100%. Ooh, 100%, 100%, baby. Ooh, wow, 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 wow.
Over overall, like most games on this channel, I had a really good time with it. And I 100%ed the game at just about 10 hours and 37 minutes. Honestly, if I had to pick a LEGO game to be like the best of the dark age of LEGO games, it would be this one. The story feels so fun and refreshing. I mentioned earlier that the crime waves are a good time, and I really mean that. If you go back and watch the full stream of this, you will literally see me having the best time ever, just flying around as my custom character completing these crime waves. As for the story, it's super well adapted, and honestly, it's great. When it comes to a character roster, this game surprised me a lot. Obviously, it has the heavy hitters with all the Pixar characters from various movies being in the game, but the random superheroes from the universe were also really good and fun to play as. Call it a recency bias or whatever, but I love this game. In conclusion, LEGO Incredibles is an amazing game for what it is. I would highly recommend this if you're kind of new to the 100%ing of LEGO games. It's pretty chill and laid back, but also packed full of fun content. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you think I'm an idiot, feel free to let me know. One very last thing, I am still trying to 100% every single LEGO game on this channel before I reach 5,000 subs, and if I fail, I have to get a tattoo of your guys' choice. So you should probably subscribe so I give that no-huzz energy. Thanks for watching. It is currently 4 in the morning for me because I wanted to get this video out, and so I've been panicking, and it is currently Black Friday, but I am doing this right now. If you like this video, make sure you like it, and if you really liked it, subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. And send this to a big mouth breather.